Okay, we've got an exciting one for you today. If you watch the channel, you know we've built lots of golf simulators here on the channel, but today we're doing something we've never done before. All right, Mike, custom simulator build this time.
Yeah.
Tell us about this one.
All right, we're gonna do it for a good friend of the channel. If you've seen our channel, you've seen the videos that Greg has been in. We played Baltusrol, Coakley Russo, Mazzellum Springs. He's been a huge friend and supporter of Golficity for so many years. And he's a good friend of mine, and I've known him for a long time, and something he does not have is a simulator in his home.
Yeah, and here's the really cool part. Greg has been reaching out to Mike for some advice because he's got a spot where he wants to build a sim, and Mike has been actually ducking him because as soon as this happened, we started thinking like, this could be our custom build we've been wanting to do.
Totally, I've been dodging him so bad. I've been saying like, let me get back to you, I'm researching some things.
Yeah, and now here's a really cool thing. On the channel here, we've built a lot of different sims. Like I mentioned, a lot of them have been like a sim in a box and some pop-up things. This one's gonna be a fully custom build. Greg actually has a pretty unique space. It's gonna be a really dope space when it's done, but it's unique. So for this one, we're bringing our friends from Ace in. They specialize in custom builds. Some of the builds they've done have been sick. So when we got this idea, we reached out to them. We said, would you guys be willing to work on this project with us? They jumped right on it. So this is gonna be huge.
All right, we're here, we're at Greg's house. We got a family member who's gonna let us in. We're gonna go up, we're gonna measure, but we gotta be quick because he can come home at any time and we don't wanna ruin the surprise. Come on. We're calling Ace right now, our friend Nate. He's one of the builders or the designers. Here he comes, let's bring him in. Let's talk about this. All right, Nate. Are we ready to rock?
How you doing?
Doing great. So here's kind of the lay of the land. I'm gonna measure it, but I wanted to know what points do you need and what should be the game plan in tackling a measurement like this?
So basically, we would request pictures and dimensions from you.
Okay.
On specifically this room here, I would like the dimension from the floor up to where the slope ceiling starts.
Okay.
And then, if you can, the dimension from the floor to where the ceiling goes all the way to the top. With those two dimensions and the width of the room and the length of the room, I should be able to figure out the angle of the walls, of the sloped walls, and be able to give you a solution, a screen solution kit.
Great. And how long does the actual build take? Once we get all the designs, you guys come in here with the team, what's the anticipated time of build in a space like this?
So if the space is ready for us, it would take probably a couple days to do our install.
Okay, couple days.
Yep.
All right. All right, I'm excited. So what do you think, Nate? You think we could put a cool sim in this spot or what?
It's gonna be an awesome sim. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. Thank you. We can't wait. We will get to measuring. If I run into any snags, I'll call your cell, I'll text you, I'll do something, but we're gonna get to work. All right.
a lot.
Thank you. Talk to you soon, Nate.
Yep.
Bye.
Talk to you, bye.
All right, now I just gotta take a couple quick measurements for Nate, send them off to him, and then we'll get a nice rendering of what this thing is gonna look like.
All right, guys, this is where the rubber starts to really meet the road. We're psyched because the renderings have just arrived. And this, to me, is where it becomes real.
Yeah.
Because now we're seeing what it looks like in the space.
It's come alive.
It's like, it serves two purposes. One, we get to see it, but two, these are actually some detailed drawings, which is gonna help with the electrician and running some of the stuff and gonna help us find any final pieces. So, like I said, once these drawings are in our lap, we are like more than halfway there.
Yeah, that's it, we're getting close, and wow, he is gonna be thrilled to see that. Look
This
how
is
nice
gonna
that
look
looks.
so good.
No, but it's great. We've been communicating with one of Greg's family members. We know he has a trip coming up at the end of April, and we're gonna see if we can align the build with that date.
All right, guys, just heading into the office and wanted to give you another quick update because we are getting very, very close to the build day. We've got a couple of quick updates for you. Let's run through them right now. Okay, so the first thing is those last couple of measurements that Ace needed, we were able to actually get one of Greg's family members to pull those for us. It actually prevented us from having to sneak in there again. And Mike, you've got an update on the launch monitor too, right?
Yeah, so Ace has everything in their hands, including the launch monitor we're gonna use, Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. You've seen us use it here on the channel. Now Greg's gonna have his own, and that's gonna be the brains for his sim. So they have everything.
Yeah, so like I said, we are dangerously close. Ace now has all the components. They're just working on everything, making sure everything works at their location. Then they're gonna let us know that they're ready to go. We're gonna coordinate that date that he's away. It's not a long window, but it is a window. We're gonna head over there and we're gonna get this thing built. I cannot wait to see his reaction.
Oh, it's gonna be priceless. It is. Can't wait.
All right, guys, this is it. Build day. We're here at Greg's place.
It's early.
It's early. We are waiting for the Ace team. They're gonna be here any minute. Let me just quickly bring you up to speed. So Greg left town for a few days yesterday. So we were able to coordinate with his family, get the room cleaned out. We also had the electrician pop by and just run that HDMI cable.
It's a crucial part.
Crucial part, but this is super exciting because today is the actual day. This is when the rubber meets the road. All the planning we've gone through, all the renderings.
We'll be here any minute.
We are psyched for this.
I'm so stoked for Greg.
Let's go in.
Wow. What's up, guys?
All right.
I'm Mike. I'm Miles. Miles?
John.
John, nice to meet you. It's Frank. Pretty soon, all of that is going up in there to build the ultimate man cave. I'm so excited for this.
Sim in a truck.
Sim in a truck.
All right, let me just take you through really quick where we're at. Obviously the room looks different. Like I said, just moving some stuff out of the way. There's a couch we've got pushed out of the way over here, but this is the most important thing. Electrician, we had him come in here just to run the HDMI cord. So what you've got here is basically the bones of what it's going to be. The HDMI cord is where the projector is going to be, and then this is going to be the space that the simulator is going to be built in. So it's just a nice empty canvas that we've got right now to get to work in.
All right, so these guys are gonna start bringing this stuff in. They have a lot of stuff. We're gonna do turf, we're gonna do padded walls to protect it, screen, we gotta do projector, so a lot going on. They've got a huge van here. Just take a look at this.
That big roll there, that's the turf. Remember, this is a custom. It's not just a pop-up. This is all custom spec'd out to his space. So it's gonna be a lot of custom building today.
Seriously, I feel for you guys. Nice work. I think it's heavy. All right, so the heavy part, the mat is here. It's huge. It's basically, I mean, it's looking cool already, and we're nowhere even near started. So we got the mat, starting to line up with some lasers, get all the measurements absolutely correct. Let's start building.
All right, so you guys saw the renderings, but let me just quickly take you through so you can see what's happening here. So where you see the laser that they've got here, they're gonna put a framed out, custom framed out screen there. We've got the floor here, the mat, and then on the walls, we're gonna add wall protection everywhere. So this is gonna look a lot different in just a couple of hours.
So we're doing this, you can use a circular saw instead of a sawzall. This is, we travel around the country flying, we gotta keep our toolboxes under 70 pounds. So we multi-purpose the sawzall for the metal cutting and wood. But a circular saw would be a lot easier.
All right, so what this is a 15 by 15 foot mat that is gonna cover the entire area of the simulator. There's also going to be a hitting mat that's gonna go on top of this, but the nice part is this is gonna absorb any of those balls that come off the screen, and also just gonna give it a nice, clean look. Plus, if he wants to practice his putting, he can actually roll a few on this thing. So it's a big area, 15 by 15.
Just to give you guys a little bit of a background on Greg and who he is. I mean, if there's ever a person who deserves this, it's him. I mean, Greg's been such a great friend. He's also helped us in our journey with Golficity over the years with some of his connections and playing some of the great golf courses that he's brought us on as guests or introduced us to people to get us on and to film. But he's just been an incredible friend and supporter of the channel for so many years. I mean, just take a look. He's won the club championship at Baltusrol 3 times. He's going for that 4th this year. His world is golf. So I'm snuck into his office. I hope he's not mad at that, Greg. I'm sorry, but I had to show all your good stuff that you got. All right, let's get back to the build.
Okay, so in these boxes are the rubber tiles that the Ace guys will be putting on the walls to protect the walls against any shots that don't make it to the impact screen. Greg's a pretty good golfer. I doubt he'll need them, but it's good protection, and maybe if Mike and I take a couple cuts in here, we might need them. So that's what these are. You're gonna see a whole lot of these boxes coming in now, and they're gonna start putting them on the walls.
Killing time, getting that work done. Nothing to do while we wait.
All right, so now a lot is going on all at once. We've got those panels going on the walls to protect the walls, and now even the screen is starting to go in. So very shortly here, it's gonna start actually looking like a legit simulator. I'm excited to see how it looks in the next hour or two. All right, so this is the projector they're gonna be using. It's actually gonna be mounted up there, and I'm impressed with how slim this thing is. What it comes down to though is if you've ever researched and tried to buy projectors, there are so many out there, you can like really get lost in it. So that was part of all those renderings and stuff like that we did, but that's another reason too why it's great. Like working with like Ace and these guys who do it all the time, they know what unit you're gonna need to get the right amount of brightness, because the last thing you wanna do is, you know, you try to save a couple bucks on a projector and then all of a sudden you can't see the screen. So they knew all the distance from all the measurements we initially did, and that's how they know that this is gonna be the one. But there are a lot out there on the market, so if you're doing any DIY yourself and you're doing this yourself, it's best to kind of lean on like a projector company and let them know exactly how far you're looking to project and the size of the image, because obviously the closer or the further you get, the image gets bigger and smaller. So there's a lot of nuances into it of getting the right thing. The last thing you want to do is pop a projector up and it doesn't look good. Oh, and the other thing I want to mention is partially why this install is going so quick is because using those renderings and those dimensions, Ace actually built this entire unit in their factory first. So what I mean by that is that the screen and all that type of stuff is already cut to size. Yes, there was some lumber and things like that that we had to cut here on site, but most of it has already been done and built and made, and then they just disassemble it and then reassemble it here. So it saves a lot of time on site because they do a lot of the work in their factory before it ever even arrives here at the house.
Okay, all right. That was Greg's wife. Got a little bit of a curveball. Greg is cutting his trip short, so he's coming home today. Not tomorrow, today. So we gotta finish this thing now. How's it going? Ooh. Man, they better hurry up.
All right, so while the guys are working on finishing up the ceiling tiles, I thought this would be a great time to talk about the actual launch monitor that we're gonna be using in like what I always call the brains of the system. So for this job, we're gonna be using the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. We've actually tested this unit extensively. The accuracy of it, especially in an indoor environment, is incredibly good. We actually use this in our own office for our own office simulator. But what I really like about this too is that it's portable. So what I mean by that is it connects via Bluetooth connection, also Wi-Fi, to most of your mobile devices. It works with Android and iOS. So we've got a Galaxy Tab, which is what's going to be here and hung on the wall. But the nice part about this is it's portable. You can see how small these two units are. So Greg will be able to use that as his simulator here. But if he wants, he can also just take his tablet and his mobile launch monitor, bring it with him to the range, and he's got a personal launch monitor for the range. So it is very versatile in that way that it can be used both here as well as outdoors. So I think it's a really good solution for this. Plus, the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro integrates with things like Awesome Golf, E6. There's a lot of third-party integrations. Other things we've also tested here on the channel, so go check out those videos. But it gives him a lot of versatility and a lot of options. And then that is going to connect to the projector via that HDMI cord that we had the electrician run. So that gives you an idea of how it's gonna work. We're gonna take you through the whole thing once it's set up, but really smart, simple solution, which is why we wanted to go with this for Greg.
We got an image.
We got projection. That's a good sign. I'm sitting here just like All right, as you can see that strip, we got about 4 or 5 more of these wall panels left. Projector's up. My man here's just trying to get it all configured. I think we're getting close. This looks like we're at the finish line, which is a good thing because we need to get this done. So, getting there, getting there.
Thanks. I know you got to move on to plenty other installs, so we appreciate this. It looks beautiful. Thank you.
All right, guys, here it is. How good does this look? And it's hard to believe the transformation of the before and after. I've got to tip my hat to the team at Ace. It was unbelievable how efficient they were and what a clean job they did in here. It just looks so professional. That's that custom job. We keep talking about that custom fit. So let me quickly walk you guys through what we've got here, what the final is, and I'm not gonna take a swing. I wouldn't feel right. I think Greg's gotta take the first swing in here. Luckily, we found out he's not too far away. We did it in time, so we're gonna wait for him in a second, but let me take you through real quick. So we've got the hitting mat here, which is going to be that surface to make impact with. The cool thing too is you can even put a tee in this thing, so it's gonna be super realistic. The screen is up, all the impact stuff we showed you guys, projectors running, and then this is the best part. I mentioned it earlier talking about the technology. It's so small and seamless. We've got the Android tablet here mounted on the wall. That's like what's connecting to our Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. And the best part about it is Greg can use it here, or if he wants, he can pack up the tablet and the Rapsodo and bring it to the range. So he's got now a simulator and he's got a portable launch monitor. This thing looks great. I want to show you guys him hitting it. So we're gonna put it on the simulator. We're gonna wait outside for Greg, and when he comes here, we're gonna bring him up here and surprise him.
All right, Greg's wife just called him. He's 15 minutes out. He's gonna be here any second for the big reveal. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. I hope he loves it. I'm sure he will. But the big reveal is coming pretty soon. Every car that goes by, I'm just like, is it him? You know?
Here he comes.
What are you guys doing here?
Hey, buddy. We got a surprise for you.
Oh yeah, this is a nice surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise!
This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great.
What are
Dude,
you guys doing?
what's up, man?
This is a nice surprise.
We got a surprise. I've been in your bedroom all day.
Oh no!
And it's for a good reason.
All right.
So I want to take you in there and show you the diet.
Oh my
You ready?
God, I'm ready.
This is how you come home from a
I'm
trip.
shocked.
All right. All right, so remember a couple months ago you were picking my brain about launch monitors, simulators.
Yeah,
Well, instead of giving you an answer,
which you never did.
never gave you that answer.
Oh
We just wanted to build you one.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Your own custom golf simulator in your bedroom.
Holy moly! This is amazing. Are you kidding me? Look at this.
How
You
sweet.
got stuff on the walls.
Yeah, we got padding.
Holy moly! Look at that.
Walls.
It looks a lot different from when you left, doesn't it?
Yeah, I had I had an old rug and a net. Holy moly! This is unbelievable.
He's got to take the inaugural shot.
Yeah.
I know you've been in a car for a while, but
Hey, this is normally how I show up to the first tee. Spinning in on 2 wheels, grab a club and go. All right,
inaugural shot.
here we go.
Let's go, baby. We're playing golf in the bedroom. Let's go. I love it.
He's great.
So we know what your weekend plans are now.
I'm busy. What a Father's Day.
Greg, enjoy it, man.
Thank you guys.
Now we're just gonna leave
That's an unbelievable surprise.
You got it.
See you guys.
Never expected it.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, that's it. That felt really good to surprise Greg. He's like we talked about earlier. If anyone deserves it, it's definitely him. And I really love the way that thing came out. So once more time, huge thanks to the whole team at Ace for helping us put this whole surprise together. Those guys put in even more work than you saw today. So huge thanks to them. We'll link to them in the description so you guys can check it out if you want to do your own custom build. We highly recommend them. That was awesome. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.